Again, regulators, mount up. What's up, dude?
Yeah, what's going on, boss?
No, you the boss.
The regulators. You get that intro from Young Guns?
Yeah, no, but okay. So, quick story. I was watching you about 3 years ago. Shoot, could even be older than that, man. 3 years ago, I'm gonna set this up.
Mm-hmm.
And you were Faze cryptocurrency YouTuber.
Yep.
On YouTube, and you did like this, you were really tired, late night stream for yourself. You went live to talk about DigiByte. And I just caught the end of that. So back then you did I don't know, 20, 30-minute videos, live anyway.
Yeah.
And you were feeling really generous, saying, all right, who wants to be a moderator? I'm going to start making people moderators.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Dude, you made everybody a moderator. How generous of a YouTuber you were.
Yeah, it came back to haunt me. I remember there was a lot of people getting kicked. There was a lot of people, and I remember I at the time I just wanted to. I honestly, I think the power went to a couple people's heads, and then I think I ended up. I don't think I ever demodded any of those people though. So anybody who got those, I still tend to do that sometimes. I'll moderate people and then let them. It's like just a little bit of power corrupts, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, but it was just so cool. But I think you limited your live streams after that. But so
you know what it is? It's those technical difficulties, the live streams, and I switched to a freaking new computer, and the OBS settings on this thing are just abysmal, and it's just more of a headache to do it. It's just the new format and all that stuff.
right. So, all right, Faze, I'm going to let you introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit who you are, where you came from, and how you found yourself in the crypto space, specifically DigiByte.
Well, I think like anybody else, I was attracted to a lot of the decentralized aspects, or more or less driven by fear away from fiat, or anybody who watches any sort of video about inflation or price purchasing power, all this different stuff. Big bullseye mark on your soul in your savings account for obvious reasons. And then Bitcoin comes along, and I think around that earliest, well, of course, my involvement with Bitcoin goes all the way back to the heyday. I mean, I wouldn't say the heyday, but I remember back when there was, using just for World of Warcraft or RuneScape. It was always sort of one of those background things. Like I remember probably one of the earlier prices of Bitcoin probably being around like $20, like the $20 range or whatever. So whatever that you could look back on the chart and stuff like that. But and I probably
long time ago.
yeah. And I remember those were the days, I guess. And then I kind of gave it a rest for a while, and then kind of came back to it after life went on. And then I was like, oh crap, I just sort of was out of the loop for a little while and reconnected with a lot of the people. But definitely it has evolved a lot. And of course, DigiByte, I would refer to DigiByte as like the better Bitcoin, or I'd say the number one issue, facing cryptocurrency right now would probably be regulations. I think if left to its own devices, cryptocurrency would obviously would see a $500,000 Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, $500,000 Bitcoin. A lot of the more outlandish, quote unquote, outlandish price predictions that I might be known for clickbaiting on my channel. I think that a lot of that stuff actually would seem a lot more realistic. But yeah, one of the main things that definitely stands in our way is the legislative body and a lot of that different like centralized control, which would seek to upend a lot of the different. But yeah, well, and of course you remember that what's his name? Crypto Kirby made that video about the breakthrough in quantum computing. I think he was probably made the best video that I
Really?
saw. Yeah, there was like a really big breakthrough in quantum computing, which would limit the staying power of the Bitcoin. Basically just I mean, it's an interest. Of course, I'm not a computer scientist or quantum computer expert, but you'd imagine just what a computer could crunch all the numbers of all these different things and things obviously that you see on evolution of that whole concept. It makes sense even just so much as we've seen it happen over the past like couple of years. It's very interesting how computers have been able to become better at what they do, these small tasks that they perform, and then each one computes with different small tasks with other, then they learn how to collaborate them all together, and before you know it they'll be cracking the code and they'll have to figure out something else.
I totally agree with you, man. Okay, so about the regulation, also, I do agree, man. When I saw Bitcoin go to $19,000, 20 plus, and then it crashed and it tried again and it crashed, I realized that option trading, or not, actually like leverage trading, was going on with Bitcoin, and literally around that time, you know, um, you know, legislative bodies do not want this thing to happen. You heard everything from fake internet money to it's the criminals use it. Never mind the fact that we bounce back and it doesn't get a lot of media coverage except through pomp. About it, you the government prints, the Federal Reserve prints all this money, inflation out of
They're
thin air.
stacking more sats than anybody. Like,
Yeah.
I believe the CIA has is a large. Oh, you can imagine all the freaking portfolio they must have
And then
stuck
and then the
on.
Colombian drug lords. I'm not trying to bring Colombia in it, but I'm just saying, like you've seen the movies, man. Those movies are based off reality. Even real figures like Al Capone and all that. They use the United States dollar to and American world assets like alcohol, gold, silver, guns. I mean, the list goes on, and they're just trying to smear something that's going to change the world.
I mean, I like cryptocurrency. I like the founding philosophy. Well, I guess not the. I wouldn't call it the. I'd say the culture of it. I think that the spirit of it. I mean, there is definitely a spirit of liberty involved with the principle of what we would have aimed to have accomplished with that sort. And I suppose it works even till I mean up till today. That I actually don't see a full on. I think they like it. I think that the establishment likes the existence of Bitcoin. I think digitalized currency and stuff it's sort of here to stay. But I do believe that they could definitely handicap how people interact with it by just making it so difficult to use just through like, oi mate, you got a license for that Bitcoin type thing.
Yeah. So okay, guys, if you guys, we have like a few watchers, like 7, 10 watchers or something, and these are my faithful watchers. I'll put them up here. Uh, Mr. Cotton, Blind Dave. That's me. Never mind. I'm my faithful watcher. uh, let's see, J Dog. He's always there. We got. Is that Michael? Yeah, I'm just gonna say Michael. Shoot, can you read that phase?
Well, Michelangelo's.
Yeah, Angelo's. Okay, I'm dyslexic, guys. I'm sorry. And then me again, my favorite. I'm the best watcher of all. Guys, so this is listen. Okay, so I'm gonna. He's going. You're Phase Crypto. I mean, if you guys can see on this video up here on the top left, that was his original uh, avatar, his original icon for Faze Crypto back in the day. And you can check it out on YouTube. He does videos on cryptocurrency on his early days, and then he's most uh, known for. I mean, you got a ton of followers on this guy, cryptocurrency YouTuber,
Hmm.
and the Twitter link is crypto YouTuber. So that's this is also Faze Crypto, and then so this is crypto. But no, this is crypto YouTuber. This is cryptocurrency YouTuber. So this is on YouTube. This is on Twitter. All right. This is on YouTube, and this is on Twitter. So this is like DigiByte. I mean, your name's actually DigiByte with a like, the handle's like a string of numbers after it, but you search up DigiByte, and nonetheless, you come up. And then recently, the success story, Buster Friendly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the tragic comedy of Buster Friendly. That's actually a TikTok. That's my TikTok name.
Oh, okay.
I have 60,000 followers on TikTok as
That's
Buster
right.
Friendly.
So, and that's your TikTok name, but you also have YouTube, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, the YouTube channel
And
that's
Twitter.
the
And
tragic.
Twitter.
Well, yeah, many Twitters, because Twitter is, I would say, one of the worst social media, but the most effective.
That's right. You heard it from Faze.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's great. Well, that's probably why, because it's just such a, just, I mean, in what it was designed to do,
Yeah.
versus what it does, is obviously a far cry from, or another tragic story. What do they call it? The tragedy of Dark Plagueis the Wise, I think, is that, remember that Star Wars reference? I don't know if
Oh
you're
shoot, man. You're going deep, man.
well, it's like your fans would know, or just any
Oh yeah.
old
Oh yeah.
person on the internet would know. You should just look it up. I mean, I'm a very big fan of like just references. Not. I guess that's sort of what divulged into the pseudo meme culture that's been horribly perverted. Is another.
That's
Yeah.
that's the TikTok. In fact, I wanted to get into that, guys. So I've been watching you, Faze, for a while. You made me a moderator on your cryptocurrency YouTube channel, and then what you change? You're changing your, basically evolving into all these other, personas, like all these pseudo, names, and to this day, I don't know your name, but you don't even have to tell me. I mean, you don't even have to share your face.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the whole face, the anonymity thing. It coming from somebody who is so interested in, you know, anonymity through in your purchasing. You're so gung ho to have me show my face.
I really wanted you to share your face, but you know what? I totally get it. I mean, you have like right now on the screen, you have, let's see, from left to right, 1, 2, and then 3 in the middle, 4, 5 on the right, and then now this new face. So you're a man of many faces.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Well, I am a Gemini,
you
so
are. Oh,
yeah. The
you have
funny
a
thing
twin out
about,
there. You
well,
have a
one of
twin.
I do show my face by accident, or like or not even by accident, but just like I'll be just like emboldened, and then you'll just, if you could find me at random points, often that's sort of what the goal of Buster Friendly is. But also I fondly remember a day in YouTube history when there was such a thing called the face reveal, and it's something that it's a card that I keep close to my chest because I don't want to out myself as myself to a bunch of people and just be another face in the crowd. I'd rather come out to roaring applause. And that actually was something that I did with, I consider that it's more of a maybe it's a pipe dream, but I imagine that all of my covert ops that I've been doing across even certain platforms that I might have, or different social media engagements, even other YouTube accounts that I have that you haven't discovered, or other TikTok accounts
Yeah,
that I have that you
absolutely.
might not even be
Absolutely
aware of.
crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy that I just to watch just a few of your stuff, man. You're like, you are the many faces, the like, where's
Many
Waldo
faces.
in the crowd, so to speak, and you have a voice.
Well, I enjoy being I enjoy being a I don't want to call myself a troll. I enjoy just being like a face in the crowd rather than trying to like purport. And I guess that's a good way to keep yourself out of trouble. Yeah, you want to go out there and
Yeah.
make a thumbnail with yourself doing the big goofy smile or whatever. Also the other and then put like my point towards like a freaking Bitcoin and be like 10 trillion tomorrow, like trust 100% gift card giveaway type thing,
Remember this face.
yeah, like I don't that's a lot of earlier I don't know if you remember last time Bitcoin was around like $20,000 is the BitConnect era. You remember like crypto Nick and
Yeah. Oh,
like and all those and Carlos and all those people. I
they're
mean
screwed.
I mean, I don't know what happened. I actually haven't followed them very closely, but I just remember, I don't know. There's a lot of different examples of people who just. I mean, the internet's a scary place. It's just in general. I would rather some security in my family. Maybe I would tell you right now if we had like I'd like to quote a number for you, but if we could, but I'd probably want to change it later.
Is it 00101110?
That's not a number. That's a code.
That's a binary code.
Yeah. That's
You know
another
which one, you
story.
know which one I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah. That's one of my other alter egos, or one of my my
Which is
main. I have yeah. That's a totally top. That's a topic for a different day. That's one that we'd
I
have to
don't know,
get.
man. That's kind of like what I want to get into. You're like you got so many.
Well, that's my I've written that's more of my that's the artistic side. I have an artistic side.
Yeah, I
And
like it.
that's more or less, I guess, if you would like to put it into if I'd like to if I could categorize them, I suppose I'd say there's the cryptocurrency side would be me paying the bills, and me following my passion with channeling my passions through just sort of trying to think outside the box as far as economics go, and sort of just taking my wallet into my own hands sort of concept. And then Buster Friendly would be like my wannabe PewDiePie side. And then if those two are those, and of course Twitter would just be like a agent to serve links to people and stuff like that. And then 01 yeah, I would say would be my pseudo religious Hunter S. Thompson sort of artistic side. And then TikTok would sort of fall under like just to serve to an end of just getting into contact with people, and using the internet for its original purpose, which the internet, whatever. I think that I would like to say I think most people should use we should always be branching out to more platforms. And if I had a bigger voice, or if I had a more of a reach, I would be trying to move people over to sites like BitChute, or sites like I would probably be workshopping with communities and trying to get people to get off of these legacy platforms, because they are old, they are outdated, and they are parodies of themselves.
Absolutely. And I think you're becoming. I remember you a while back, man, and I do remember you were showed your face on your camera walking through the house. You had to be quiet. You had roommates or something.
Mm.
But if anybody tries to find that video, we're gonna come and hack you.
No, don't say that. You can find
Don't
it.
say,
I'm
whoa,
sure there's
whoa,
videos of
whoa,
my
whoa.
face all over.
But anyway, I'm just saying you come a long way, but you come from a perspective. Did you ever? How many years did you go to college?
Oh, well, I'm still in college,
Okay.
but I'm reluctant. I was more of like a it's kind of taken like a back burner. I don't have a degree or anything. I've just sort of been
Yeah.
I'm more of a I mean, I don't know. I'm more of I want to work for myself. I don't. I'm not.
Yeah. We're all in. What's up, guys from Chicago? What's going on? We're all in.
Why did you ask that?
Well,
Question?
because here's the thing. You have a way about your thinking that only a college professor can give somebody with some experience behind studying. I mean, because the way you approach media is you really challenge people how they think. And I noticed that right away when I became one of your moderators. And then just watching your videos, um, they challenge what you were telling people. You're challenging me specifically when I was listening about DigiByte, about Bitcoin, and how it's going to change. You know, uh, it's a paradigm shift. I mean, you're like the only one that I know that used paradigm shift for a while, and then that got stuck in my head. Hey, it's a paradigm shift,
Hmm.
you know. And then
Linguistics. Yeah, I'm a big.
yeah,
That's
like
my. Yeah.
exactly. And dude, I've never been to college. You sounded like some TED talker, or if you had a script, you'd freaking blow people's minds away.
Yeah, a lot of my, I mean, I'm not, I know I have sort of like a guerrilla warfare approach to my content creation on, it's mostly due to my, I'm so spread out over all these different things that I want to do that like neuro linguistic programming people in my audience and seeing what I can contribute to like the zeitgeist of ideas. And I suppose, like, I mean, I wouldn't go out and, I suppose not. I wouldn't call myself somebody who's like. If I could frame it in any sort of way, I guess I would say that there's like I have a friend who's like likes to make music, but he never puts any of his music out there. He's very talented musician, but he keeps it close to his vest because he doesn't want to be known for putting something out there that's sub quality. So he's always workshopping the same like
Wow.
piece of content. But I'm the exact opposite. Sort of like guerrilla warfare, create something as quickly and efficiently as I could possibly do so within like an economic amount of time, but get it out there as quickly as possible and then forget about it. If like sort of like if you love something, you got to let it go. It's there's sort of every piece of content, every engagement that I have is sort of just like a child that I send off into the world, and then sometimes I make a lot of friends through it. I have a very weird friend group on the internet. You know how they have that like you ever see that episode of Black Mirror? You ever watch that show Black Mirror? That show where they have the social credit score for the girl in that episode. It's very, very disturbing
I
episode.
haven't watched TV a lot,
That's
and
on
the reason
Netflix.
why is because I'm just so like I'm into my trying to check my mind, check my actions,
Uh,
and just paying attention of how can I serve other people to understand. Oh, we got
mm,
understand DigiByte. We got Josiah Spackman in the house, cheap fun advisor
mm.
for DigiByte. The hard
Oh,
part
cool.
with content is that quality is subjective. Who's to say that something isn't going to be great or a great hit? I'm with you, Faze. Better to put it out there and just see how it goes.
Yeah, I think that's what Gary Vaynerchuk rambles on about. Whenever you see, I don't really. I mean, I kind of dislike like everything in general. Like I'm actually just like yeah, like you said, I like to chat like like Gary Vaynerchuk. So I'm not gonna call myself a fan of anybody because I'm a very I approach things from like I'm a very loving person, but I'm very critical and I expect more from things. But anyway, this episode of Black Mirror is called Nosedive, and I would recommend you check. I'd recommend everybody go watch the Black Mirror episode called Nosedive because it'll really scare the shit out of you. I forget why I brought that up originally, but I'd recommend that episode with freaking Black Mirror. It's a social credit score. Oh, well, there's that. If you when you watch it, so the premise of this episode is that everybody gives each other a Amazon ranking 1 through 10 or 5 stars or whatever. So all of your social interactions that you have all throughout the day, you're ranked based on like whether you're wearing a mask, or you're ranked based on like whether you're smiling at somebody. Well, back when this episode was made, it was whether like you're smiling, but you get the idea. It's social credit. If you have bad credit, you can't go to a store. So if your ranking drops below like 3 stars, then you literally can't walk into a restaurant. The door won't open for you. Anyway, there's
This
an
is
episode.
real life, by the way, in China.
Well, the episode is from like 2012 or 2011. I probably, or it's a little bit old. I mean, it might be newer than that. I don't know exactly when it came out, but it was like when this episode dropped. This was new to us. It wasn't like it's like now when we think about it, with the writings on the wall, with our 2020 vision now. But the point of the matter, the whole reason I bring up this episode, and I highly recommend people watch it because it is a glimpse into the future, in the plan, so to speak. But you see, there's actually this episode. Oh, yeah, she freaking goes and meets with a like her tax guy, but he's her social credit score guy, and he pulls up her digital fingerprint on a huge iPad, and he's telling her how she's like getting upvotes from like service workers and stuff, and it shows all the people who, but it's made so public, and it's like literally people obsess over their digital fingerprint in the future because it's their entire because right now our digital fingerprint is something that's like in the background, and like we want control of our data and all this stuff, but like at what cost? Like once that sort of genie is taken out of the bottle and everybody's actually looking at, oh, like what actually are my three degrees of separation in the social world, they actually start to see the digital map, but anyway, I was going to say that my social map, when this finally happens, is going to be nuts, because it's like going to just show that I know people on so many weird, just dark corners of the internet, and like, like just you and the 01 people, and then the Buster Friendly now, and all and whatever I come up with.
I do want to get into the Buster Friendly thing and the cryptocurrency YouTuber thing, because they're pretty much polar opposites. I mean, dude, if you can have a taste of checking your social credit score by checking your analytics on YouTube. How can I make this better? Who's watching me? When are they watching me? How 100%. Can I, polish this up? I agree with you. So like when you're cryptocurrency YouTuber, because you got multiple faces here, multiple
avatars.
Yeah, avatars. You do a lot of DigiByte videos. You've done Cardano, you've done Electronium, you've done these videos, but I believe you're the most. You put out more content than anybody about DigiByte.
You know what else I've done? I've created. I've used my platform to create at least one that I'm proud of. Crypto Currently.
Yes, I was going to mention him too. I saw you two talking to each other.
Yeah, well, he reached out to me, and you could ask him about this. I made a video, and it's somewhere from whenever I made it, probably like 2019 or 2018. Whenever we had our interaction, I put a thing at the end of my video. I'm like, oh, does anybody want to start making videos about cryptocurrency? And he hit me up through whatever channel, and I gave him like I told him exactly what I did to get to 26K at the time, because at the time that was when I was growing. I haven't freaking, YouTube's weird. It's hard to grow. It's hard to grow unless you're growing. And then once they kind of stomp you out, it's like, it's unfair, in my opinion, but that's a different topic. I'd go off on a tangent if I explored that right now. He hit me up, and I was like, oh yeah, make DigiByte videos. And I told, and he makes a ton of DigiByte videos, and I shout him out all the time. Well, not all the time, but I have given him this is probably 9 months ago, but I used a part of his video in my video, and I like tweeted it at him, and then it was like we had like a little reunion. But he's a busy guy. I don't think he's uploaded for a while, but
he hasn't. But I remember the conversation you guys had, and it was live, and someone was cutting in and out, but I remember what was said. It was really clearly, you guys were talking about the underlying value of DigiByte at the time. This was 2018.
Yeah.
And he said it was severely undervalued, and you said in the long term it is, but I think it'll hit like half a penny before we start seeing some real fruition with the project. And sure enough, dude, I kid you not, what it hit. It hit like 4.0043 or something like that.
Yeah, I expect people to use their critical thinking skills when I make my prediction. That's why that's my other catchphrase. I'm not your dad. That's what the thing. Like, so when I make these titles with like to saying like, oh, like, I mean, I think people who are my friends can understand like my tonality when I'm speaking, or who I'm addressing exactly when I try to make any sort of. And that's the other thing I like to make my the content that I want to make, and I'm not gonna like try. And I hate the fact that like the algorithms sort of want you to fit the mold of like, oh, like I have to make this type of content, which is the other reason why I have so many different platforms, because it's like, well, I'm not going to make Buster friendly content for the cryptocurrency people because they'll just be like, what the hell is this? You know, and it just doesn't. So it's like you kind of got to go out and venture off on your own and
That's what
try
I
to,
was doing. I was following you. You didn't ask
yeah.
for anybody to follow you. I was voluntarily following you.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, completely Buster friendly is completely. You might have some DigiByte stuff, some DigiByte awareness on there.
That's just to get the watch time up.
Dude,
I'm trying to get monetized on
your
there.
first video that you uploaded on Buster Friendly was, hey, we need to start a Buster Friendly cult, and we need to rise up to these step chickens.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Filth off our planet, dude. That was like one of your things after listening to all these DigiByte videos. Dude, you nailed that video, bro.
I loved it. I loved making that video too. One of my friends was really from one of my friends who I got, because I actually I've done the I guess my protege with the cryptocurrency space I would say is crypto currently. Like I remember just, I'm not gonna keep bringing him up. That's the last time I'll ever mention him. I'm just saying,
Matt?
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, I remember I'm just saying on TikTok, well, on 01, I had a protege, and her name's Kelly. And if you can look her up on TikTok, her name's Kelly Lamb, and I have conversations with her almost nightly on the phone about and she was one of the people who really helped me with that Step Chickens video. So shout out to her with like the whole like TikTok culture and like how we've been like navigating the we'll definitely have to talk to her too. I mean, if we're gonna get because she'd definitely be able to speak volumes about from the exact opposite end of the spectrum, and definitely talk about the 01 whole thing, because I definitely think that is a interconnecting feature of all my content, because it certainly has the coding element to it, which is very obvious in the cryptocurrency sphere, and then it of course connects right down to the core of all the initiatives that also sort of do serve in my writing. I mean, I have a book out that on Amazon that goes by the same name of the sequence of zeros and ones that sort of is like an interconnecting sort of like my signature. It was when I first discovered it. Well, it wasn't something I discovered. It was like I was at the time just writing a lot. Like I was just I wanted to just like a Hunter S. Thompson sort of like looking up to him, but I would sort of like sign. So I had a lot of shit that I was like automatic writing. I was trying to do this thing which was like automatic writing, which is where like you just write without trying to think about what you're writing. Yeah. Sort of like a exercise of the mind. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do with all this shit that I've written? And then that's a whole other story, but I found ways. I mean, I got into like self-publishing in a certain extent. But then at one point I was just like, oh, well, I'll find a way to, sign this, which was the 01 symbol, as I'd consider it more of a symbol. And then that sort of well, at the time that was just I was using it for like probably like 6 months, and all of a sudden I'm like, I might as well look this up and see if like what else people are talking about with it. And then there was this I believe it's like the Oxford University or something, or just some academic article had this thing from like probably like 2012 or so, where they were talking, where it's called 01 or quantum immortality, and then it was talking about like shit that was pretty much what we talk about with like Neuralink level of like argument, but it was like, or conversation sort of thought experiment sort of stuff, which was weird because that was sort of like what I was felt inclined to like automatically write at the time. It was like the whole concept of like telepathy, and then like us rediscovering like the concept of telepathy using technology that we've created, sort of thing. I mean, it almost sounded outlandish at the time, but as now we move forward, it becomes more of like a I don't know, science fiction becomes reality, and it's sort of funny. Just
It actually does. It
we're
does.
only limited by our imagination.
Dude,
So
I mean, everything that was written in the 1950s and 60s and 70s, all those great, adventure story tales of, science fiction, space. I mean, just look at, Captain Kirk, where he kept flipping over that cell phone and said, "Beam me up, Scotty." And then it went from
he actually never said that.
what?
He never said. Yeah, I know that's a Mandela effect. He never
Yeah,
said
and
beam
then
me up,
and
Scotty.
then and then Star Trek Generation, he had that little button here, like, get us out of here,
He might have said it later on, but like the original. I'm not gonna cut you off there. Just fun fact. It's sort of like Darth Vader never said, "Luke, I am your father." He said, "No, I am your father." In the original. Funny fun fact. Just have off the back of my mind.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people will not get you, but I've been listening. I've been listening, man, because you do have a well full of knowledge, and you're coming from a perspective I'm not used to. And I think that's why I hung on to you. And I think that's why a lot of people did.
Well,
Because
I'm gonna hate if I freaking am not using the right mic. It's like if my audio is not totally
dude, I
perfect right
can
now.
hear you perfectly. Can
Yeah.
everybody hear Faze Crypto perfectly?
I mean, they might. I just like I know I have one mic, and I know I have another one, and I have like a
Dude,
way I like to sound.
you sound perfect, dude.
Yeah. Well, what were you saying? I'm gonna just grab a water. I'm listening. I just have to. I'm gonna start coughing if I don't.
Yeah, grab a water. What I was saying was, is you come with a perspective that I'm not used to, and it's almost like, when I was young and just filled with my ways and just did whatever I want. Yeah, see, everybody says it sounds great, sounds good.
Yeah, you should hear the arguments that I've had with my mom over the years with that compliment. I'd like to hear you say that to her. Yeah, just talk about like like, oh, she's always
Hey.
like she'll one of the thing, trying to like just deconstruct like my trying to like thought process is like one of the things that I'll do is I'll go on like these tangents, like and I'll make connections with things that are like to some people they're like, why are you talking about something that's completely unrelated? And I'll be trying to like pretty much break down one single like theme, like interconnecting theme between two unrelated topics, and then what happens is somebody starts arguing with me about the mechanism by which I was trying to make a point about something else, and then they're like, you're so confusing. It's led to a lot of bad breakups or just
But it's really deep, man, because I go to Buster Friendly and all of a sudden I find myself, all right, I watched the Step Chickens video, and then I go continue a little bit later, I don't know, a few months later, and all of a sudden I find myself on YouTube in a secret meeting with the Pharaoh's face, with
yeah.
like psychedelic stuff moving in the background, with music playing for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it never changed. It was almost hypnotizing.
Yeah, there's a 9 hour
Like,
one going on right now on
I
Buster
had
Friendly.
to, yeah, I was like, what in the world am I looking at? And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to come at it with an unbiased kind of like person and not judge. And I'm like, dude, if I was 15, you'd have had me. No, but like, because I was into Tool and stuff like that. And Tool was really, they were private individuals. They consider themselves private, very intelligent,
Yeah, I like
and
Tool. They're good.
and literally create wonderful, engaging like music that really touches your nerves and really challenge your thinking. And that's kind of like, since I've been there and done that when I was younger, I get why you're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I went through a lot of like struggle with that channel. They're talking about Light Guru now, which is the psychedelic
Did you
more
change
or less.
it?
Oh, it's monetized, so I'm
Oh,
inclined to keep up with it. Yeah, I'm like, well, uh, it's yeah, that's why I've pretty much Buster Friendly. I'm having a hard time with the direction of it because the watch time is a killer. Because, all right, so right now, if you go on Buster Friendly, I've actually achieved the three highest viewed videos that I've ever put on the internet. They're all three of them have a million views. One of
You're
them is
killing it. You're killing
1.7
it.
million. Yeah, and it's the Donald Trump cans of soup for my family meme, which is the the freaking girls with pink hair, reenacting the throwing the cans of soup, in the riots or whatever they did. And I don't
Yeah.
remember the context of the original
It was, yeah.
speech that he
What?
did there, but yeah, well, I mean, so but it's funny. And then the second one though is a Minecraft. Just it's just like and I never was a Minecraft player, but I was like, oh well, I just got a million views
That
with a
reached a
Minecraft
million
video.
views.
Yeah, that did. Yeah, I got a million views from a Minecraft TikTok,
It
and
was
then
it was Faze Crypto. It was cryptocurrency YouTuber playing Minecraft. Million views. Boom. Dude,
and
you tapped into something. You tapped into the YouTube algorithm.
well, you know what it is? It's YouTube Shorts, and it wasn't actually me playing Minecraft. It was a TikTok of somebody else playing Minecraft, but it was a jump scare. And I basically what I did was I re-uploaded the TikToks onto YouTube, and since they were viral on TikTok, then they go viral on YouTube because YouTube's trying to compete with TikTok for the shorts. Well, with
Look,
shorts.
I have an idea. You said we'll do it live. That's how we do it. We do it live. You said if anybody had any suggestions to get this going for you, or how to you know do what they did on TikTok and make it our own, right?
Mm.
Do it exactly the way they did it, but you do it or have a friend do it.
Yeah.
Same, drama part of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah, I know. That's my plan. That's my long-term plan. Is well, that's why I downloaded Minecraft, and I'm like, oh, I got a million views posting a TikTok because I was putting them on like my Instagram for like 50 people, and I was just showing my friends just to laugh at it. I'm like, well, if I put it on YouTube, maybe it'll go viral. And YouTube was at the time. Right now, I'm having success on that on the Buster Friendly channel because they probably see me as a useful idiot just taking TikToks and putting them on YouTube. And then the other one is George the monkey. It's like a famous TikToker. It's sort of like the Step Chickens vibe because the original plan for Buster Friendly was to make TikTok reviews, was to go on there and talk to people about like in be sort of like a Leafy is here of like TikTok onto YouTube. And that's sort of the format that I was using with that Step Chickens video. But no, I guess when somebody does something on the internet, it's already been done, so you can't really it's like you try to do. But I don't know. I'm still happy seeing Buster Friendly getting 12,000 subscribers now and gaining them every
Well,
single
yeah,
day.
you're gaining your audience. Here's the thing. I also had another suggestion. I was talking to my friend Blizzard. You know Blizzard, right? You follow Blizzard on Twitter. He does the DigiByte memes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, we were talking, and he was like, dude, this guy has been pulling millions of views. He creates memes, right? And he's like, dude, if he would just put like a little DigiByte logo in the top left hand corner of that and make it mainly video, just a little DigiByte, in the top corner, right about like right here or something. Dude, you know how many people would see DigiByte.io on there?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be sweet. If we had like the thing is like that is a lot of work, and the other problem with that is that like it's the freaking it's the profile like what's it called, like the when you film in profile with your phone, like the way that the TikTok is it fills up your whole phone on the bar.
Yeah, yeah.
The YouTube Shorts doesn't really like it when it's in landscape. So it's like but I do like that idea. But if we could somehow like create content and then I mean, this sounds interesting. I mean, it is an interesting idea, but
Yeah.
it is sort of like, I don't know. It's interesting though. It's also difficult to overlap ideas, and it's like, this is one of the main frustrations that I guess content creators run into, because it's like people who like one thing don't necessarily care to be exposed to it, in another way. But no, Buster Friendly, I'm excited with just the fact that YouTube wants to do shorts. It's also sort of dystopian though, because it's like you look at if you click on, because now you go on the YouTube homepage and you'll see that they have the shorts option, like much the same way that they're like pushing mostly like Jimmy Kimmel content and stuff like that. If you click on shorts and then you click on the person's profile, I have a theory. I'm going to make another prediction right here on your show that so if you want to see what the next stripped down YouTube channel is going to look like within probably the next year, simply click on the YouTube Shorts option, and then click on somebody and be redirected to somebody's profile through a YouTube short, and it'll show you what the YouTube channel is going to look like after the next update. And that's just my opinion, but I don't know if it's. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. There's one prediction that I make reluctantly, but that because how every once in a while they strip down the features on the channels and stuff like that, and because I don't know why. I mean, they probably want to save money on data and stuff like that, or and not have to. But anyway, at any rate, what I would say about re-uploading the TikToks onto YouTube, I would make a case for myself that like that's what people did with Vine. I mean, I was the original thing. They would take the Vines and they put them on YouTube. My original inspiration to start doing that was actually because it was all that hype around like, oh, is TikTok going to get banned? So I want to be able to. I figured that the content was going to go viral because people wouldn't have access to it on TikTok, because there was that. I don't know if you were following that at the time, but there was that conversation about the TikTok as like a data breach. And Trump was going to ban TikTok, was like big, and they kept pushing back. I believe they sold it to Microsoft, which has led to a lot of algorithmic issues with TikTok now. And it's harder to go viral on the platform. But I think that you guys should start posting DigiByte. You guys should go. You and all your friends, all your DigiByte friends, should go and become DigiByte advocates and cryptocurrency advocates, and make little 15-second videos.
We already do that
on TikTok.
Yep.
Oh, you do? I didn't know that. Well, I mean, make ones that I see that go viral.
Dude, or something. I'm actually like I have a few nodes I joined, like little clicks, clicks in the DigiByte community. I mean, we got like programs over here, programs over here, programs over here. I'm a part of everything that, until it gets above my pay grade or I'm not a part of, obviously. So, but I mean, Scripts guy, I'm in there, I'm in the mining, I'm in the official, just to check it out and see what the right answers are. Like Josiah, he was watching, right? Or if he still is, say hi. But he gives the correct answers, as people are having trouble with, in the support. So I'm in all those so I can get my base learning. And also I'm in other communities on Twitter that I joined, and they wanted me in there, you know what I mean? And but there's also, I know that there's so many communities of DigiByte that have like a team together. I kid you not, man. That's why I labeled you as your own content creator, and it seemed like you had your very own DigiByte following. Like those DigiByte members that followed you, they weren't following me, dude. They weren't following me. They weren't following some of the members, some of the big members in DigiByte. Like they weren't following them, but they were following you. Mm-hmm. A lot of them were following you, but they didn't know any of the channels that I was in. It was absolutely crazy.
Huh. Yeah, that's just part of my approach. That's kind of like how I come into I don't know how. I'm actually very bad at getting into people's communities. I'm better at creating my own.
Well, I mean, because okay, so like, say they say, oh, Scripts Guy. Oh, what does he do? Well, lately he's been doing, basically like talk radio interviews, right? And then community, get-togethers live on YouTube. I wasn't like that. I used to do mostly what Matt from Cryptocurrently did. He read articles. You know what I mean? He demonstrated DigiID on his videos. And kid you not, dude, he reached out to me. I don't know if you know this or not. He reached out to me and basically handed the torch over to me because he was getting really busy. He was like, basically, look, I was hearing it. He didn't know I was watching his videos at the time, but he was like, I got so much stuff going on that, I got focused on my family and all this and his job and whatever else he needed to take care of. And he would occasionally do videos. In fact, I want him to come on the show, just like you're on the show. and talk a little bit about that, because he
Yeah.
basically kind of like, he was like hinting, hey, we need somebody else out there. I can't do everything, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I wanted to get him when I was trying to encourage him to do, because I was like, hey, like, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point about building a network. I mean, that's sort of what I'm all about, honestly. It's like, yeah, it's just the network. I mean, we need to kind of, in general, I mean, that's important. I mean, that's why I keep bringing up, like, like alternatives to these legacy social media networks. I mean, the same term. You ever hear about like the term like legacy media, like legacy, like all the like CNN and stuff like that are referred to as like the legacy media. I don't know if you've heard of there's a YouTuber like Sticks Hexenhammer. You know who I'm talking about?
No, dude. No,
He's a
DigiByte
yeah.
strictly mainly, and I got
Uh,
other.
well, he's like the only person who I really like. I
Wait, have
listen to
you
like the
heard of James
news,
Patterson or Peterson? James
of
Peterson?
course. Yeah,
That's my dude. I
you
listen
like
to
him?
that, but
Uh,
I
he's a
consider
bit.
him my teacher.
I remember when he was being pushed, but he still seems like he's being pushed by the algorithm. I don't really have the only people he seems a bit mainstream to me too. But I like I watch like independent content creators for their like news. But one of the ones that I like uh hearing is like Sticks Hexenhammer 666 is his name, and I'll send you the link after. But he coined the term legacy media, and he's one of those interesting characters like on the internet that's like surprised you haven't heard of him, but he's like,
It's hard for me to venture out with. I'm already trying to gather certain kind of criteria and knowledge that I'm chasing right now, that I, believe I need in my life.
yeah,
So I consider you and a few other people I vehemently follow and listen to support you, because I think what you're doing is going to reach a lot of people. Now, do I think, I like how you engage with people. Like the first time, I was watching your videos, you're like making people moderators. I thought that was really cool, man. I mean,
mhm.
who do you know with thousands of people just handing over monitor status, moderator status? I mean, and then you call us regulators. You're like, yeah,
Oh
regulators. I like how the fact that you engage with us and then included everybody. And that's what, okay, so take that concept of what I just said, what I learned from you. That's what I'm doing here. See, I'm trying to include everybody. I
yeah.
want everybody involved here. See, like this, look,
Well, I
mushroom.
got the
Okay.
well, I got the regulators. That comes from Young Guns. So the you using that is like the Emilio Estevez movie
Yeah.
with about Young Guns.
Young Guns 2. The
Yeah,
best.
I love that movie. It
Shoot.
was it's one of my favorite movies. Well, it was my dad's favorite movie, so I kind of grew up watching it.
That and Conan the Barbarian.
Oh yeah, it's got a great soundtrack on that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, it is great, especially getting people from these different communities to, and if I could be a bridge to do that, like and try to get people on who are maybe interested in other stuff that I do to kind of the same thing that you were talking about, getting people to come over to, from TikTok over to the cryptocurrency space.
Yeah.
The culture is very much similar to how it was in 2020 or no that 2020 is very similar to how it was in 2017, was it 2018 when it was the last time we hit all-time highs, the previous was it like
Yeah.
just hit 20K or something like that. I think the crypto culture is sort of similar now, but the internet's different, which is just kind of a shame actually.
Yeah. Well, the internet's different because there's a lot of like overlords that think
Yeah.
that they know what's best for us.
Well, which is why I would talk about alternatives to YouTube, which is why I would cite Sticks, because he's the most subscribed to BitChute user on the platform now, because he was early to alternative uh, tech. So there's all these different, and he sort of coined the term legacy media. But I suppose now we're at a juncture where we'll start to have to refer to sites like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter as legacy social media, as we sort of are, and especially, I mean, these sites like BitChute and stuff use cryptocurrency and are decentralized, and many and are on the blockchain, and are very much right next door to us. But as far as like if people are going to continue to like use the internet for like its intended purpose. A lot of these different platforms are going to be playing a very key role while we watch a lot of these different, as you put it, overlord sort of aspects, especially while many of the current social media platforms that are widely used are based in the US. And these new ones that are springing up, like
TikTok.
BitChute and Minds. Oh, that's China and YouTube. That's like a totally different animal. I'm talking about like BitChute, Minds, Daily Motion. These are like more Europe. I believe they're like the Netherlands or like France sort of area, which is completely totally
Okay.
different. It's something that we need to sort of batten down the hatches and be prepared for whatever might come in terms of the future of how as you I mean, it's a bit of humor in it, but it's not actually not funny at all. This is very disturbing.
Yeah, no,
You
no. Okay, so I
know?
totally like on
Dark
every
humor.
continent, everybody's trying to escape that we want to be on a decentralized platform and be left alone. Like ain't no one trying to kill somebody. If someone's trying to kill somebody, I'm sure somebody in the community will rise up, step chickens, It's like, and then we'll have to create our own cult. You know what I mean? Like we can handle ourselves.
uh, I would just say, I mean, I wish I made more videos about
Step
alternative yeah, no, that too. If I could
yeah,
have, I would have.
step
I'd
chicken.
hit that damn watch time barrier if I
Dude,
freaking
I am like sick, dude. I watched your video Step Chickens like this past year, and then I started like, all right, well, let's see if Faze Crypto is right about the cult Step Chickens. I mean, because the all the followers started having her like face
yeah.
on their profile, like it was a hideous picture. And you were right. The thing is like I went to go see what she was about, and basically she was just stumbled on it and thought about, hey, do this, do that, and I'm empowered, and do what you want, and don't let people hate you and all this. But I'm really ashamed, dude, because Kansas City Chiefs follow the Step Chickens.
Yeah, I remember
My
when it was
Kansas City,
more
the Super Bowl champions
huh.
follow the
Yeah, it
Step
was
Chickens.
yeah, they a lot of them at the time changed their profile pictures to that I forget what her name is.
Why?
The lady. I mean, it's just TikTok culture. I mean, TikTok definitely is an interesting animal. If you want to look at like how corporations and such would be interacting with like content creators. In a lot of ways, TikTok is a breath of fresh air because it is in its own way independent content creation, and it is people sort of getting back to that old, almost like early 2000 and five YouTube like sort of feel of like people just making videos in their backyard, and people are attracted to that concept of going viral. Now, my message to put out there to anybody who's like trying to put forward like a cryptocurrency or like work with cryptocurrency or it would be, and especially what are they what would I say, BitChute, is that they need to make it so that people can go viral again, and that's what brings the audience in. That's what TikTok, and
Are
it's
they
sort
not
of is
viral anymore?
what
They stopped the live
on
TikTok.
oh no, TikTok's people, though, that's what I think. TikTok is succeeding now because people can go viral on it.
Yeah.
But it's also but that's sort of another theory. Well, that's not a theory. Well, I could write a whole book about the whole concept of like the celebrity inflation is what I would call the word. And so it's I would call it the yeah. So well, it's sort of like so you say like back when like Elvis was famous, there was like there was only one Elvis, but now like anybody can get a million views on and have their that you ever hear that study that like the human mind can only have about 1,000 faces that it recognizes.
Yeah.
So you think that there's 1,000 celebrities, um, to any one person can only really have a certain amount. Like there's your immediate family, and it kind of it goes back to that because I believe chimpanzees can have I think it's 20. Like chimpanzees, there was, or some number less than 100 chimpanzees in a pride of gorillas. They can recognize maybe a dozen other gorillas because that's their social circle. So like the human mind actually wasn't meant well originally evolved to have this many celebrities, which is why you have so many has been people who rise up and are forgotten immediately because your brain just simply doesn't have the computing power to freaking perceive of or whatever or these that's a I'm glad actually I was able to put that topic out there because that's something that I think about all the time. It's sort of like
I loved it, dude. It got me engaged. It got me thinking about those two kids. They're like, yeah, religion came over and killed the Indians. Yo, the Bible, facts.
yeah, have you ever watched the Bread Boys on YouTube?
No,
Oh, they're like they're probably my favorite YouTubers right now.
really. The
Yeah, well,
bread
no,
boys.
it's not an educational content by any means. It's just two guys wearing like Crusader helmets, like, and he's just like they're just like they're like just funny. It's sort of like immature humor, but it's meme humor. It's more like but they're very viral for some reason. Like it's like 17 million views on each video. Like that's so crude, like the type of content. I would recommend looking up Sticks. It's more in alignment. Look up Sticks, Hex, and Hammer. But I'll send you the link to one of his videos
Okay.
after the. Yeah, but I have a
So,
few content creators.
so I guess everybody, this is a DigiByte Comm Talk video, right? Guys, this guy, if you guys don't know who this is, he's done a ton of DigiByte videos. You got his early stuff, Faze Crypto. You got cryptocurrency YouTuber, does a lot of on YouTube. Follow him there. And then he also had on Twitter, he has it's crypto tuber, and that's like basically tied with his tweets that he does with cryptocurrency YouTuber. And he's known as Buster Friendly on Twitter and TikTok, mainly TikTok and then YouTube. And then also this DigiByte, you just on Twitter. I mean,
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
I
There's a
probably
couple of those
only
Twitters.
you only actually wanted me to do 3, but I like wanted to
Oh,
do
did I?
homework on you. And
Yeah, you could have filled that whole thing
yeah,
out with all different
fill it up.
yeah aliases. Yeah, I've been trying to get people to add me on Facebook lately. I made a Facebook account
Seriously, dude, Facebook hacked me 3 times. I can't stand that.
I just like Messenger. I like the Facebook Messenger. I need to maybe branch out to like Discord, but I feel like people abandon Discord, but they also abandon Facebook too.
Isn't Messenger the same as, SMS text messaging?
Yeah, I don't know. I just figure
kind of replaces text messaging. That's the great revolution of Facebook. They just took what we got here and said, "Hey, I got an app for that."
Yeah, I just struggle to connect with my very loose and diversified fan base, and I lose people a lot because I'm not very active on any particular site exclusively. So it people have a hard time getting in contact. I have a hard time getting in contact with the people who want to get in contact with me, which is why it's refreshing to talk to you.
Dude, I want to get a hold of you, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I got you on Twitter now, so we could do this again.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I was on Buster Friendly. I was like, dude, who are you on Twitter? I want to follow you. Are you this guy? Are you that guy? Or this? Which account are you following? You're like, I'm all of them. Here, I'm Buster Friendly. Go, and I message you there. And then the next thing I know, without really having a meaningful dialect with you, other than wanting to follow you, you had me tweet one of these the cracking the YouTube algorithms, which was cool because your account had millions and millions of views, man. I mean, 4 million views. Are you?
Yeah, I think it's at like going on 6 now since I sent you that. That was like
one freaking video, dude.
Oh, I had that one, the 1.7, and then I mean it has been interesting to see, but like I was gonna say, my complaint about Buster Friendly and why I refer to it as sort of like a tragic comedy is like the fact that like YouTube Shorts don't credit YouTube Shorts with watch time, so I'm literally out on my ass. Yeah, so so you have to make a video that's like 2 minutes long in order to try to qualify for monetization. So I'm watching Buster Friendly get like 800,000 views in like 2 days, every single day, every single 48-hour time frame on the channel. like I showed you, and I showcase, and I'll make another one if anybody's interested in me continue, because that'd be a nice little way to ramp up my watch time. Maybe I could just create a
What if
series
you
on.
had like 3 or 4 shorts together in one video? Like,
Well, if the video was longer than a minute, the thing is, if it shows up on shorts, it's like it's YouTube recommends it as a short to people. So if it shows, and you know when you watch, you know when you look at your analytics on YouTube, and then it says
yeah,
like the traffic source. So if the traffic source says shorts, then, and that's how I got those videos up to 1 million views, because YouTube's currently promoting the shorts feature, and because they're trying to compete with TikTok, and that's why I came up with the idea to try to sort of immortalize the Buster friendly, well, not the Buster immortalize the TikToks, because I thought that TikTok was going to get banned, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just put them on YouTube, because eventually these things are going to go viral because people want to have access to them.
right.
YouTube didn't get banned, but the freaking Kansas Soup Trump video got 1 million views. So I'm like, oh, there's something to this. It's like sort of just archiving TikToks over on
What else
YouTube.
was coming from the TikTok? That one guy that said Doge is going to $1, and all of a sudden Doge pumped.
On TikTok, or yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of kids on there who use the Robinhood app, and then they just freaking got their mom's credit card and just pumped freaking Doge or whatever. But I'd say I would advocate, you should go. You could have 3 TikToks logged in on that on one download onto your phone on the app, and I would say that you should go create 3 TikToks with 3 different DigiByte avatars and create 3 different types of DigiByte content on there, and then redirect them to all the different social media platforms. And yeah, you could probably convert a lot of Gen Z over to cryptocurrency, and you could make them aware of a lot of the different things that we talked about, especially things, because a lot of people aren't aware of the different aspects of like regulations and how these things are a looming sort of shadow. I don't know what people pay attention to these days. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you what people are interested in, in general. Freaking Charlie D'Amelio, or something like that. Probably something vapid.
So let's see here. I'm going to show my entire screen. So let's see here. Share the audio. All right. I'm going to go here. Now, this is the DigiByte TikTok. All right. I made this video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
pretty cool.
that's the DigiByte. This is the DigiByte TikTok Telegram that we upload. These are all the DigiByte things I'm on.
Well, you guys got to package it as like a meme. You got to like make it for the Gen Z kids. You got to make it. You got to honestly like get as
Oh yeah,
the least amount of technical as possible, and just like get like a $100 bill.
Let's see, Blaz, like he does these videos, right? We do technicals and like Halloween stuff. He's got the music videos. There's Crypty Girl. He's got all these music videos, like DigiByte music videos.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, he's got like DigiBytes in my wallet. I can't play them because they're freaking. It's monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, I mean just send me the stuff. Just spam all this stuff on Twitter to me so I can just comb through it. Because I definitely want to look at.
If you have, dude, why don't you just join the DigiByte TikTok?
Oh, yeah, well, I will. You just gotta just send it to me. I will.
Well, because it's just so much easier if you just, go.
Yeah, send it to me, and then I will.
And then,
Telegram. I don't know. I don't know how to use. I'm not familiar with Telegram. It's like a bit of a learning curve with that app to me.
So majority, like Telegram is very much used for technicals and it's kind of like your mailbox. I mean, it's just a communication effort that holds a lot of traffic.
Yeah, I like it. I always wanted to use it. I just never. I've always just been no, but I will. I'll join all that stuff. I just my preferred method is just send me the stuff you want to send me whenever you want me to see it on Twitter, and I'll I'll
So
check it out. I'll
this was
follow.
my TikTok video about DigiFact number 24. This is the DigiFact number 24. Number 24. DigiByte can do smart contracts thanks to its script language. Yeah. You can run a whole
Oh, that's pretty cool.
on top of DigiByte to power it. So educational.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got the music, we got the cool music, you know what I mean? But it's not, it's, I contribute as much as I can to it. And then I started this, yeah.
Huh.
So, hey, everybody's waiting for your DigiByte prediction.
Oh yeah. Well, you want to talk about that? Where we're looking at it?
Hype it up. DigiByte.
Yeah, I know. That was a fun video I made the other day. I had a pretty good time making. I got to make more videos like that.
Yeah,
I think.
Oh, you mean the one where you were super excited? You're like, oh,
Yeah, I was excited. Yeah, who wasn't? That was a good day. I mean, who wasn't super excited? That was a high energy day.
What? So Bitcoin is still like
19,100 right now.
19,100. There you go.
Yeah,
I drink, guys. I drink soda and water at the same time, basically.
Huh. Well, do you have anything else you wanted to talk about? I'm probably gonna have to get going pretty soon.
Oh man, you gotta go.
Pretty soon. I mean, I got like another 15 minutes or so. I just figured.
All right. Well, we talked about one of the things that the viewers didn't understand what we were talking about. We were talking about the internet.
Oh, that's a good topic. Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah, 'cause I don't have the chat in front of me. I don't know how to. I didn't actually. I'm not logged on. I'll have to do that next time. But yeah, I actually just don't. I don't know. I don't want to. Oh, hey, there it is. It's under comments. I had it under private chat. That's why. Oh, yeah, here they go.
Yeah, comments. Yeah, private chat's just you and me.
Yeah, next time or one of these days, yeah, we could do. We could like stream this onto like multiple platforms too. If you do you have OBS?
Well, the problem with that is because it freaking bogs down everything, and we have issues with that. Now, what I can do, I mean, because let's see, I would have to join Facebook to do that, because what this platform allows is it'll allow it, but in order to actually stream it everywhere, like Periscope, I got to have a Twitter account, Facebook account, all these accounts.
Huh.
And dude, Facebook does not like me. I've been hacked 3 times from Michigan.
Really?
Yeah.
By other people or by Facebook?
I have no idea. When I put my legal information, my ID, because that's what they want, right? I try to be as compliant as I can. A month later, doesn't matter what pseudonym I have, they hack me. It's not fun. So I'm like, and one of the requirements to share multiple streams is having Facebook Messenger, dude, or a Facebook profile. And it kind of scares me. Like, I got a good thing going on, and I cannot do Facebook.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good.
So, DigiByte prediction, man. Come on.
Well, what are we at now? We're at 2 cents.
Yeah.
0.3. Yeah. Huh. I mean, in the short term, I guess it's all. We're looking at a pretty interesting. It's going to be a pretty interesting end of the year. I mean, based on the 2020 season finale, however we see that go, will pretty much determine whether or not we see these prices of Bitcoin. Then Bitcoin will lead the market, and then of course it'll trickle down. It'll take longer for. I mean, I guess it's up to us, with DigiByte awareness and all these different things. But I would just say, long term. I mean, yeah, I mean, $1 is definitely not outside of the realm of possibility within a short, a decent enough time frame. I mean, I would say like, you put it in. You really got to put it into the context, but like the dollar DigiByte. I mean, it rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah, freaking
dollar Digi. I don't know. I do like DigiByte. I'm very much a fan of the technology.
Right. Well, me too, man.
Blockchain and stuff like that.
Everybody know that we all have our hopes and dreams. We could project. But
I don't want to just make like I'd like to look at like I like to do like technical analysis and stuff too. Right. And a lot of that's just people drawing lines on charts. It's just a lot of.
I do know some really good TA experts.
Yeah, Yeah, there are some good. I know there are good ones out there. Like, look at all the right. I always just feel like an idiot compared to like, yeah,
Now, if I was looking at charts and try to draw them from scratch, chicken scratching on there and be like, all right, we're going to the moon. You know,
yeah.
it doesn't matter what I look like. This is going sideways. So we must be going to the moon or it's going down. It's got to go up sometime.
So where do you see the internet in 5 years?
The internet, I'm more that leads or leans to. I will not be a part of it if the security features don't get right. I will not be a part of it. I mean, because it's actually if I think everybody understands. When Snowden blew that whistle, what the Bush administration was doing, making AT&T double up on their servers so the government can, the CIA can get every information or every stream or every data
Mhm.
source and that we are trusting them to store our own personal identification or data. The government has it. I mean, they can tap into it at any time. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, look at the iPhones today. They have like one camera over here, three cameras over here. I mean, how many freaking cameras do you need, people? But the thing is like, if they don't fix security, I'm not going to be a part of it. I will be the underground resistance.
Yeah, you don't think much about like the Internet of Things.
I will be the guy, knocking on their freaking door. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
will
you'll go join.
Yeah, I'm not
Join.
going
You
to
can't
be,
be don't join.
I'm not going to be the guy that's going to try to, you know, uh, obey their every command.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, my prediction for freaking the internet, I guess, would just be total and complete overlay on none, no escape. Yeah, that's for 5 years, regardless of what happens with net neutrality, all that stuff is just bread and circus. I think, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. The interesting thing, I guess, that I would say about like what I've watched happen with the internet, at least. Oh no, it's a better topic. It's like, why can't I log on? Can you answer this for me?
Sure.
So why can't I log on to the internet as it existed in like 2002? Like,
Well,
I
because
know the answer, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's still there, like it's still the internet, like the what, like it's a very nuanced question. I'm trying to like the response I'm trying to like, think about exactly what I'm trying to ask here. Like, what were you gonna say?
like the difference between logging in from 1997 to now.
Well,
The
no, I just
difference.
mean like not the difference. Well, yeah, there is a difference. That's part of it. I'm just saying like there was like if you look up YouTube 2005 on Google Images and you see the way that it looked in 2005, and then you go on to the same website now today, obviously the people who make changes to it have scrapped that old way, but and now it looks the way that it is, and the algorithms change and stuff like that. So like it's like a self-explanatory like reason why it's not the same way, but like I guess it's more of a philosophical question about like what's the deal, man? Like, why can't I go on why does the whole apparatus have to shift towards these new operating systems and shit? Like, why can't I log on to it like the way that it once was? I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, it's probably because I'm not paying anything to use it. I'm just buying. I'm paying AOL or whoever,
Yeah.
Charter
Well,
or
first
whatever.
of all, I believe for the majority's sake, you got big tech out there that only wants you to use Google. And Google, within Google search engine, they have certain restrictions that the other search engines cannot see. They will cut them off. It's a
Mm-hmm.
big, it's a big freaking. It's just
Yeah.
we're hijacked, dude. We're literally hijacked, and there's a lot of people that don't know about other browsers. And even if you are on those other browsers, like so you can go on the dark web and stuff, or just create your own internet world, right? Um, all the information are considered their fact checks that are facts, which ties in with Google or algorithms that have blocked free thinking on the web. So
Censorship issue. The whole.
yeah,
I mean, that's
they replug it over here. Okay. Oh, they're trying to do this. Oh, okay. We'll plug it over here. I mean,
yeah,
it's
it is
pretty good,
interesting.
dude. There's like a whole team around it. There's a whole tax dollars. Our tax dollars pays for them to control us.
Yeah, it's just interesting to think about how I can't I get frustrated going on YouTube's front page and all that I see is Jimmy Kimmel and all that I see is like none of these I don't get like any of the same it's just not the same website that it was. You know what I wish, and this is what I want, and like I hope and pray for, is that YouTube would make like a YouTube '07. Like they would just be like, oh, like we'll let the old YouTube still exist, but we're gonna, and I would, I know you're listening, Google. This is my prediction for your, well, this is my recommendation for your product is that you guys should re-release YouTube as it is you should make a brand new YouTube. It wouldn't even cost them $1 billion to just make a brand new video hosting. If you guys really want to compete with TikTok and Instagram and all for all these people for people's attention, if YouTube really wants to continue to be the leader in the video hosting, it's don't even do what you want and keep the current YouTube because it's already lost. It's already Jimmy Kimmel and cable, but make a YouTube '07 and make it blank and just let the people upload their own shit onto it and just go back to all the same algorithms and just get rid of all the bugs and shit. I know that's like a pipe dream, but I really wish they'd make a YouTube '07. Like if you like it just or YouTube 2012, like literally just re-release the old YouTube as a standalone and make it for independent content creation. And then they can corrupt it as much as they want from there, ruin it or do whatever they want with it.
I think we would see Rodriguez said once Google bought YouTube, it became more censored. And Blind Dave said, "Hey, we got platforms like Theta, are decentralized, but
nobody uses them."
What it is here might be something that you might not have heard. Is from my perspective that I've learned. When I was young, we were both young boys, right? And if we had parents that were kind of strict about certain things, they would not want you to do that. Like, no. You're going to bed at 9 because that's your bedtime, and then the parents get to watch all the dirty movies, right? Or the rated R movies, right? Correct? I mean,
what was the one HBO or something like that?
Yeah, oh yeah, HBO. Yeah. Touch me, ooh,
Cinemax,
upper parts, and that's it, But the thing is like, so what happens? They put restrictions on movies, right? Rated R, not yet rated, rated X, or rated triple X, or rated PG-13. Now, keep that in mind for the movies. And then if they're on a rated R movie or PG-13 movie and they're accompanied by adult, they can watch it, right? Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. That's how the young kids get to watch, rated R flicks. Well, what about the parents that don't want their kids to watch that rated R flick? And it's up to the movie theater to check their ID. Where's your parent? How old are you? And they won't let you go watch that rated R flick. They'll do it today. Just like if you wanted to buy a pack of cigarettes or some alcohol or some guns. Doesn't matter how old you are. They'll do it today. Now, take that same philosophy and put it on YouTube or put it on the internet. What they've done was they took those same kind of restrictions for you and I to consider what we want to expose ourselves to in the name of we got to protect the kids. But now we are the kids. Seriously. Who's my dad that's going to allow me to run an unchecked YouTube algorithm so everybody can be free? They're not going to.
Check out check out BitChute. I mean, if you go on there, it's pretty edgy. It is edgy. It's just the problem that I have with it is that there's no freaking audience there. And I mean, it is a cesspool because the people get driven from these platforms like YouTube because people were having their big, we're all having fun on there together. Nobody was really had any ideological drama until people just started getting banned for various reasons. So, but then you go over to these alternative tech platforms, and all the people who go over there are like the worst kind of people, like in a lot of senses, because they're the people who like are banned and depersoned from all the I think who was it, like was it I don't know if it was Jack Dorsey or one of them who was talking about the path to redemption or something like that, the like why don't these platforms have like a, but I mean, I guess I mean the dark truth of it is that Internet of Things, social credit score, the internet overlaying every aspect of our lives, and where we are to go from here. So I mean,
There is
that's
no
a bit of a doom.
there is no escape, man. I mean, the more restrictions, just like our parents used to put on us when we were 9, right, or 8 years old, we couldn't watch whatever they were watching, or go with friends that with their parents. You remember the cool parents with your friends, the cool friends that had cool parents, and they let you watch whatever you guys wanted to watch, eat as much pizza and drink as much soda cans. Remember those days?
Yeah, that was the house everybody hung out at.
Yeah, and where are those? Where are those search engines today? I mean,
Yeah,
when do
duck
we
duck go.
out from our? Or do we have responsibility? Can we make up our own minds? Freaking there, you're right, dude. There's a lot of
Well, I guess my consumer as a speaking as a consumer, I'm just saying, even if YouTube wanted to censor just as much as they are now, I'm just saying, like, they're going to get beaten by TikTok, just because people who use YouTube get frustrated because they're not getting their content served to other to any audience. It is frustrating to have a for a YouTube or up and coming person who wants to become like a content creator, won't go to YouTube. They'll go to TikTok, because TikTok has an algorithm that gets them 100 views, even if their video is absolute trash. And I think that that's honestly what YouTube's aiming to do now, while they try to rule out shorts. But the thing is that the problem is, like, Google kind of destroys everything it touches, which is why, instead of just trying to copy what TikTok is doing, I would say YouTube should literally just make YouTube 2012. They could censor just as much as they are now. They should just make it so that people can freaking, like, get to an audience, like, like the fact that it's just so, and that's more along the lines of my I mean, we were saying is right next door to, and is probably the counter argument, like, is the reason why what I'm wishing they would do, they aren't doing, because they don't want to go back to that platform, because they don't want to have people searching the internet, finding whatever they want. But and a lot of other ways, I think that they're trying to protect their own interests, because they're worried about, I mean, you remember like adpocalypse and stuff like that. They are sort of up against the wall, so it's a lot of that whole like accountability. And and I think, as far as just like trying to look at them as like, I don't think that we could really paint them as like this evil. I think at the same time, it's more just like they're these. It's, I honestly imagine a bunch of guys in a bunch smoking cigars, in a boardroom, saying like, oh well, why would we want to host edgy content when it only meets this criteria, when we could get these endorsements from this specific. But it is a shame that corporations have a social agenda, which I guess to some extent is morally questionable. So and I suppose it does lend itself to, well, it's the money, stupid. It's just it's just that's the
but I mean, it does seem like, it just seems that way. I mean, it seems like they're all hell bent with control, and
yeah.
there's no more kids at the playground able to fall from the jungle gym and bang up their knee and get a
Oh,
scratch and bleed out.
oh, if
Man,
only they're not even allowed to cough now.
I know. It's so crazy. Like,
They
okay, I
can't
mean,
even have spit Hey, you can't even have a booger, you know.
The difference,
Like,
the difference is, um, we can be liable for our actions, but big tech, Jack Dorsey, Zach Zuckerberg or Zuckerberg, they
the
will
Zuck.
not. I mean, you see him up there, and you know, it where Cruz is like drilling Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey. But dude, unless they reform that thing, they're gonna keep doing what they want because it's a
Mm.
social experiment.
That whole thing about the publisher, or what is it called? The publisher, or the that's the that's at the heart of that is, are they publishers or are they
Right.
platforms, right? Publishers or platforms. Yeah.
Exactly. They act like they're publishers because they shut down the New York Post or whatever, or Washington Post or whatever it was, and they're like regulating their own platform. It's supposed to be a free platform that anybody can speak here. If you shut down a publisher, whether they're lying or not or telling the truth, let's just face it: media is corrupt. The truth is being silenced, people. And what happened was you got a little bit of truth hanging in the balance of maybe a swayed election. Who knows? I mean, no one likes to think about that because the opposite side doesn't want. Hey, those they're throwing up propaganda. What is this I'm hearing? That's not true. And here are some facts, and they want to drown out the facts. Why? Because their older brother just trying to tell us, hey, we don't do that over here. Uh, I'm for you, and you don't
Mhm.
need to know that nonsense, but it goes too far. Just goes too far. And they become a publisher when they silence publishers.
Well, the writing's on the wall.
Writings on the
I mean,
wall.
yeah, that's with that. Yeah, what's another topic?
What for the internet?
Well, I mean, no, I mean those sort of are. I mean, I don't know. I am nostalgic for the way there is a way that you could there's a browser extension that you can get that
Which one do you use?
well, I use Brave browser.
I use
Um,
Brave, and then I search through DuckDuckGo.
oh yeah, well there is, but I'm just saying there's a browser extension I forget what it's called, but it's like it's D mainstream YouTube, I think. And I would recommend
Really?
that to everybody
The
because
mainstream YouTube.
yeah, it's like, yeah, look that up. Basically what it does is it will make it so that when you go on YouTube, you don't get any Jimmy Kimmel, you don't get any Fox News, CNN. All you get is
Oh,
content that,
it's just
that
like
let me make sure I said it correctly. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
remove
Yeah.
mainstream media results. 95% of the time, YouTubers promote legacy media in its trending tab, not YouTubers. So the YouTube promotes the legacy media instead of the YouTubers. A new study that analyzed over 40,000 videos that hit the YouTube trending tab between November 2017 and June 2018 has shown that a staggering 95% of all news on the trending tabs comes from legacy media outlets. Big tech, big YouTube, big alphabet Google. These are the sources of our stream, what gets put into us. And you're saying D mainstream YouTube blocks all this junk.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it doesn't get it all out of the way, and the algorithm's not going to be where it once was. See, I come from a little bit of a little bit of background on me. I come from the heyday of YouTube. I've been on the site since probably like 2008 or so, probably around, yeah, around then. So like around the earlier time, like Cosmic Panda. I remember all these different changes. I remember in a lot of ways, I mean, the website's better for worse than it once was.
So they have get the Chrome extension version or the Firefox extension. Well, you're still going through, well, Firefox, the guy that created that created Brave.
Well, I think it works on. I think you can get it on. I don't
It
think it.
works with Brave. Okay, Dissentered. Okay, Google Chrome.
Yeah, but yeah, that's I'd recommend that. There's a lot of similar apps. You ever heard of I don't know, what are other alternative tech? That's something that we need to think about. I mean, I would very much be happy to move as many people over to these different platforms. If we could get like people from like cryptocurrency YouTuber, like people who follow me, maybe you and me should make like a DigiByte video or like a DigiByte stream for my channel one day. And like
Sure.
you and me, yeah, I'll let you talk DigiByte to my audience, and maybe I'll give you my stream code, and you could just plug it into OBS, and then you could just because it just won't work on my computer because my settings are shit. Uh, but if we do a live stream, we could try to like get people. We could just do one of these candid conversations just like this. But we'll keep, and maybe we could have other DigiByte guests on here too, and I could sort of just like use crypto YouTuber as like a platform for you guys to sort of just talk about more technical aspects of DigiByte. Yeah,
That's why I created the DigiByte Comm. Basically, the Comm means COMM means community. So,
Mhm.
like, however broad the community is, that's who I was trying to reach. And the purpose of it was to any old and new players in DigiByte, the community members in DigiByte, won't slip through the cracks. And that's kind of like why I started it.
Yeah, it's something we could workshop. I mean, we definitely would have to vet people and come up with more of guidelines. Of course, if we'd be streaming directly to YouTube, we'd have to really try to not mess with the Big Brother aspect of YouTube. It's just disturbing. So,
Right.
so always don't talk shit about your boss. One of those things. 'Cause I think we all know. We all sort of that's what I like to say. Like we all sort of see the writing on the wall. With a lot of these things. And I get my I follow a lot of like independent content creators, and I don't know. I just try to say things that I feel like other people might not have heard, rather than just like parroting things that I hear I could get from like Tim Pool or something like that, or this or Joe Rogan. I don't mind Joe Rogan sometimes, but he's
I
a little
don't
bit
I
annoying.
don't watch him. I think I watch selective Joe Rogan. I don't
Yeah,
really.
yeah. No, I don't follow him, but like, just depends on the guest.
Yeah, it depends on the guest. I mean,
Elon Musk, he was a good episode.
yeah, I mean,
By the way, tweet at Elon Musk. We got to get him to talk about DigiByte.
yeah, yeah. I mean, any way to get DigiByte out there, man.
Yeah, we'll keep doing that. Those grassroots Twitter. I think Twitter definitely is a good. I mean, there is an excellent community on there.
So you have enough community members tweeting DigiByte already, right? So you already have a mob of tweeters,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, well, I have a mob of accounts.
mob
Yeah,
accounts and mob tweeters,
yeah,
retweet
that's really
them.
the only way.
And
That's the only way to get your shit out there on Twitter.
more content creators.
Yeah, that's what I like too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like storm it, you know, freaking get her done.
Yeah, anybody we can get. I mean, anytime we could. I mean, yeah, like you. I mean, your account's doing pretty well.
I need to find
800
out.
subs.
I need to find out what you're saying. Like, how can I stream it over here on the DigiByte Talk video and do it live over on your cryptocurrency YouTuber?
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out one day.
I'll look into it, but it might be a different software. I don't know.
I mean, if you have OBS, you could just plug in the stream.
Okay.
I'll just give you the stream key, and then you just plug it in, and then all I do is I've done it. I've had other people do it before.
When I'm back out of here, I think it gives me an option to stream on other URLs and probably OBS.
Yeah,
So you would have to give me your what?
it's a stream key. It's just like it's auto. It just generates on
Okay.
your YouTube channel.
It streams over on your side too, huh?
Yeah. I could just throw you that link, and then I'll just have to change it up after the stream so that you don't fuck with it later. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not showing your face on here, dude. You don't have to worry about that.
Well, yeah, but for the integrity of the
Are you
account,
going to use that face every time we do something together?
no, I'll do another one.
Dude, I'm down with the face, bro.
Maybe I should. You got to put that one on
This-
the left though. You got to put so that it looks like
Over here,
Squidward's
you want
pointing at.
there.
Yeah, I like that better. Now he looks like he's.
Dude. This is like what the, who's looking at me?
Yeah, right.
What the heck? Wait a minute. All right.
And,
Hold on. High five.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy, dude.
Yeah.
Now that
Now I wish we started like that.
dude. How what's that option? Just vocals
Well, yeah, you just shut off your camera and then it shows your avatar,
from from the
your YouTube or your Google account.
oh, this is your Google. Okay. So my Google account would be this guy over here. This guy. Where is he? Oh, did I delete him? Down here on the left hand side, the Script Skynet guy.
Oh yeah, the Terminator.
Right, the Terminator. Then I got this weird thing going. He was covering up Buster Friendly. I didn't want to do that.
Well, the my World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that's funny. But the thing is on the Twitter account, you have a different face, which is kind of creepier. I kind of like that one. You should put the creepier thing up there. Or
Which
no,
one?
this is your Twitter one.
The
This is your Twitter one. The Warcraft.
oh, I should put my what
The one
there?
on YouTube.
Oh, the one oh the Buster Friendly one.
Yeah, on this Buster Friendly on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I probably should. Yeah, do you know that's from? You know what Buster Friendly's from?
I've looked up Buster Friendly several times. I was like, okay, well, obviously there's an origin.
Yeah, it's from the Philip K. Dick novel "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?"
Oh yeah,
Yeah, which I think is hilarious.
dude, I have no idea what you're talking about, but if you know,
Blade Runner. There's a movie called Blade Runner, but
no, yeah, Blade Runner.
that's yeah. Well, androids move. The Philip K. Dick is like they're loosely connected, but Buster Friendly is like basically in this like dystopian world. He's like a he's like Buster Friendly, like, he's like this happy guy on TV, but he's like it's sort of like Brave New World, except instead of Big Brother, it's like a Jimmy Kimmel character, and his name's Buster Friendly, and everybody's an android.
So everybody's an android, man.
Or they don't know if they're an android,
Either
like
we're
they.
going to turn to be androids, cyborgs, or something like that with martial arts abilities, either physical or matrix level, or we're all going to be zombies, which we pretty much practice that every day.
How well versed are you in your dystopian dystopias? Like there's
Dude,
1984, there's fucking like what's it called, Brave New World, obviously.
dude,
You ever read that one?
I totally get it. I totally get it, dude. You got to understand, like,
I don't like them anymore. That's too close to home now. But if you were a kid, you might have enjoyed the novels.
dude, yeah. I mean, if I was more of a picture person, so I didn't get creative until till I was like 28, 26, 28.
Uh,
I'm 40 now, so
oh, really? I thought you were in your 30s.
no.
Not anymore, huh?
I'm an old fart, dude. So yeah, man. Well, when I shave all this, I do look a lot younger. Yeah, totally. But
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude, we'll get that stream going in the future. We'll freaking. Yeah, I do got a jet though, so I'll definitely.
we did say $1 prediction, but here's the thing.
Raymond K knows Blade Runner.
Yeah, okay. I totally like the new Blade Runner movie. That was cool.
I haven't seen it.
What?
I refuse to.
Get back in, dude. Get back in. Yeah, there he goes. All right, Raymond Key. So I think, I mean, we still got, dude, a year before we hit $1. I believe. I think we're.
Yeah, wait, maybe even longer. But.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Shoot.
I think the sky's the limit. I think eventually. I mean, over a long enough time frame. I mean, anything's possible. It really just depends on what happens with inflation and.
I'm thinking 33 cents.
We'll see if what President Biden does. We'll see what happens to the U.S.
Still on the Biden. See,
Huh?
my friend is totally accepting Biden, straight Biden.
Really?
Yeah, I'm on the truth seeker side. You know, I'm on to seeing if there is, you know, some,
Watching what happens with the thing that should not be counted thing
I mean,
conversation.
anything could happen, right? Like this is the
I'm
longest
afraid of getting a
ever, and this is
uh,
because of all this junk, dude. I've never even cared to worry about politics until now. Like it's never
until now. Really, I paid attention. I got into it in 2016,
well. Okay, so 2001 is
2015.
that,
Oh, 2001.
that's
You're a
when
bit older than me.
that's when I started trusting the Lord as my personal savior, and I had a new path to live, but I had a long ways to go because I was a drug addict. And I printed $100 bills, $50 bills, $20 bills, $5 bills. You can't. I put the little watermarks. I made it feel as real as the ink on it. But
Huh,
the thing
that's
is like,
interesting.
dude, since 2011 or 2001, sorry, 2001, 9/11, dude, I got out of county and I had to learn how to live right. And I saw the plane towers get hit, with the planes with a second one. And dude, that changed. That rocked me. And then come to find out, freaking, you know, 7, 8 years later, actually sooner than that, there's little snippets of it's all staged, bro.
I've survived long enough on the internet to know that, I mean, I remember all those memes and shit like that. No, I wouldn't consider myself. I wouldn't say I would use the President Biden vernacular as just like,
President-elect Biden.
well, no, I would just say like, provided that he is, provided that we end up, who knows? We could be saying. I mean, might
Yeah,
just be a normal thing to say, So let's see
Trump
what
might be president either way. I
Trump
think
might not be good as I mean, Trump might be not be good for crypto anyway, just as much as I don't know. I don't think either of them are really good for. I don't really think either of them are very much fans of it. I think Trump might leave it alone more. And I think Biden would probably be worse for like the regulatory aspect of it. But then
we
again,
have enough
Trump might be.
people. I think we have enough people in the crypto space, or even in the House and the Senate, to actually stop some things. They don't want to stifle
Yeah,
a lot of it. I mean,
that's a
whoever
good
heard of
question.
freaking president say go after Bitcoin to Mnuchin's, and the Mnuchin's trying to put a contract or a toll booth on every crypto swap, every contract. I mean, give me a break. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be crypto anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the point. I mean, yeah. So like when I look at when I have my crypto hat on, I know Trump's came out, had a couple tweets there where he didn't really like Bitcoin. I don't think Biden knows what a
Biden's not. He's
Bitcoin
not.
is.
He's
He
not.
doesn't even know what PayPal is. He
He's
doesn't know the difference.
dude.
Yeah, it's not a. He
Behind
does.
him.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I know, and I'd imagine they don't really love it very much. But I think that they'd be more likely to do something about it. But then again, I think they try to act too quickly. That's a very interesting. It's
Right. If
something
they act
that.
too quickly on this, they will. They will, dude. There's a war coming. But the thing is like, uh, if they see the potential money in it, I think then they'll be on board. If it gets
Yeah,
explained a little bit better, well, like because you know what they're going to come back with. Well, how do we control it? Like, shit,
yeah.
how do we control the masses?
Mm.
Well, just like everything else, you just let them control themselves, and over time, I'm pretty sure they might find a weapon to control it. I mean, right?
Whether
Or
it be that crypto Kirby, that's why I was mentioning that crypto Kirby bit about that quantum computing, and how that sort of is a challenge to what we could expect to see at least long term, as far as where crypto could go. So, I mean,
so
all those different things.
so quantum computing, once that starts actually working like steadily without frying, that costs billions of dollars. Um, longer than 5 minutes is what I'm saying. Uh, basically, quantum computing is basically uh, like the consciousness for AI. You don't want AI and quantum computing meeting together, otherwise you'll have Skynet.
I
Uh,
think Raymond has a good point there. He said he thinks crypto is being integrated as a larger economic reset. And I think that there's hope for Bitcoin with that. And I'd say that would probably and I think we'd have to sort of look more into like how the Chinese are thinking. I mean, I think that they want crypto, so I think that Biden would actually be good for Bitcoin. Um,
Well, yeah,
be-
because he's on the the China.
yeah. So, but it just depends because I don't know, what is that the amount, like they are heavily interested in. It's one of those things that I always talk about in all my videos that I try to tell people about, which is like the shift over from the fossil fuels to computing power, which is inevitable. So, and if the U.S. was stupid enough to I don't think that um, Washington is stupid enough to not see the writing on the wall. And if they are that stupid, then we would literally be kneecapping ourselves for the next century, and we'd have the likes of like Singapore and such, would run roughshod over us, and I just don't see that happening.
I think that the United States, they want when they want to do something, they want to do it right. At the same time, they want to be able to regulate things so they can come out with something that would But the thing is, like, they don't want. They're willing to wait and figure
Yeah.
it out. I mean, shoot. I mean, you got the thing is about like conquering, and conquer. You got tribes, you got governments, you got
Hmm.
kings, you got world dominating leaders that are watching each other, and who knows, this freaking Bitcoin, cryptocurrency thing has, I mean, China's already been doing way before crypto the QR code payments with Alibaba. The thing is this is another big experiment.
Yeah.
I mean, why isn't this information being used by the military? I mean, as far as I know, if I'm deceived by the media and big tech watching TV today, like NCS or something on like a TV channel, you see the Pentagon turning. One guy over here is turning a key at the same time as this other guy over here turning a key. Nuclear launch codes. I mean,
Hmm.
do you really think that's what's going on? Come on.
I mean,
Yeah.
you never know. I mean, the like the military is beyond our comprehension at this point. I think they're definitely doing something that's like,
Totally, dude. They're. I
yeah.
mean, come on, man. We're still messing around with nuts and bolts and pulleys and belts. They have like magnetism and flying objects in the sky. I mean, invisible.
Hadron Collider.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. The mini one, and then the freaking the one in Switzerland, and then they're making a gigantic one, a gigantic. You heard about
I remember I used to be really into that kind of stuff. I've the whole
that, dude?
what's
Big
her name? Who's the fucking Hinduist
Shiva.
Shiva? Yeah, they have got
God of
that.
Shiva,
Yeah,
the destroyer of worlds,
yeah, the bringer and the
bringer
destroyer.
of death.
Remember I Pet Goat too?
Yeah, dude.
That was funny. There's Shivas all over that.
Dude, that I mean, CERN when they're all dancing about the
Yeah.
like birth of freaking the God particle, or examining, basically undoing the glue that holds everything together, turn it back to its liquid state, so they can see what did it.
Yeah.
That's
Why not?
it's gonna be Hawkins. Like they're going to create a black hole and suck us all in and destroy us all,
Mm.
or apparitions of ghosts and everything that we see on TV, like Freddy Krueger, Jason. All these
I know.
are going to
That's
come
like
alive and kill us all.
that's like that South Park. It's like, I
What?
don't know, God. I wish that like there was some pop culture thing that dealt that if anybody knows anything about that and can like get back to me with like some real good like content that like that's just covers like CERN and like, 'cause I remember there's so much good, like that's sort of what I miss most about with that we really lost with the algorithmic changes that happened with YouTube, is like we really missed out on a lot of those like really refreshing takes. We used to get a lot of hot takes about like just exactly what you said there, just like freaking real like quantum level like biblical shit that's just
Dude,
like
it's
love
biblical,
Lovecraftian.
biblical. It's going to get applicable. Wait a minute. Let's see what Raymond's saying here. Okay, they're shooting photons to the Earth and concentrated bursts. Yeah, that can't be Earthy. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, they're making a giant one now, dude. Faze, I read the Bible. Okay, I'm not gonna, but what I understand in the end times is the beast is going to rise out of the sea, and this giant collider that they're building is going to meet in the sea. Okay, in the ocean. That's where they're going to try to examine it through under the ocean, dude. I mean, under giant landmass. China wants to build a giant one, and I think they're building one. I think they're drilling in the earth, man. I think they're drilling in the earth, and they're building these giant colliders. I think they're connecting it to continents, and the belly of the beast is going to come straight out of hell once they collide that bigger photon uh, burst and smack it head on. Dude, what if it opens up? Have you seen that movie The Mist, where this cloud comes out of nowhere because the government opened up a portal?
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah, that's basically about the same exact thing.
I dig that stuff. I mean, it's not far fetched. I
No,
mean,
it's not. It's scary. It's
either we're
scary.
going to create a Stargate, or we're going to do. Just think about it. Just like what we talked about before, you and I agree that whatever we could put our mind to, it could pretty much come to be.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, from Star Trek, from cell phones that we use today was in Star Trek, all the way to Skynet and the Matrix is actually being proved out with Neuralink and Elon Musk, and I mean AI and quantum computing. I mean,
Yeah. This is a conversation. We could have this same conversation on my other channel, because they love this kind of shit. The 001 people are all about that AI quantum shit.
yeah, I mean, well, I know, man. I got lost in that stuff when I
This
was
is
watching.
the Bitcoin people like it too, though. That's
Faze, do you want to do an interview? And they're like expressing things that I don't understand. Like, okay,
yeah.
whoa.
I know not everybody's on the same page.
And you're, I think that one guy was like, "There's a black figure following me," and I said, I commented right before you did, right? Because you're the leader of that thing, and I said, it's your shadow.
Yeah, I saw that. I
And
thought
you're
that.
like, you're like, you need to stand up to it. I believe you. I believe in you, Poppy.
I don't know. And whenever I read anything that those people that any of those people say is like, I just take it all. I read it all without any sense of irony at all. Like, I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I'm just like, I just think that everybody's taking themselves like wicked seriously, because oftentimes they are, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, when you stumble across a portal that says secret meeting,
Yeah, I know. I just like the
like,
overall vibe of it.
yeah, I mean, it's different, right? It's artistic.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's what it is.
It's artistic.
Yeah, it's both.
Like, you're definitely following someone else's world here. But
Let me
like,
get this
it's
sent to you.
creativity. I mean, we should be able to freely express ourselves. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more. I'm more. I definitely took some liberties with my path, I guess. I mean, you said that you're like a religious, more religious, like a born again type thing. After you got out of jail or something.
whatever you want to call it, I'm saved by the blood of Jesus Christ, who died for my sins, and with his blood, who knew no sin, and showed wicked man, how to live a righteous, perfect life, died, bled out, and it covers me. And if I die, just by belief, by the way, Faze, if I die and I stand before the judgment seat of God, who's, I can preach this thing, standing on a great white throne in mass space where the heaven and earth are fled away, and it's just you and God. If he doesn't see that blood, he doesn't see you. He can't look upon sin. You'll go straight to the lake of fire, burning for all eternity. Not from the presence of God. You will be in the presence of God. This talk about, well, You don't want to be eternally separated from God, do you? No, that's not how it works, buddy. In the Bible, you're burning in hell before the throne of God forever. And he's omnipotent and he's going to be multiplied Christs all over this universe. That's why you find dead planets. Well, they will be inhabited. There will be Earth planets all over after the all.
Yeah, that's kind of a that's kind of that's sort of like a often overlooked thing that I think that I forget what it's called. I think it's like the paradox of evil or the paradox of the devil or something. But I think you hit the nail on the head because like the devil as like a servant of God, because like how could the devil in hell exist if God didn't like if God wasn't simultaneously aware of all the suffering in hell type like and I think that is something that's lost on like the newer the newer denominations.
There's deeper. Look, I'm Baptist. Okay, I'm old preachers of the faith that believe in the King James Bible. Now that's cultic to some people. I say King James Bible is truth and nothing but the truth. But you got 5,000, scriptures that say something else. Well, think about this. Let's just bring rationale to thinking, critical thinking, guys. I don't care if you believe in God or the doorknob that opens your path. I don't give a flying spaghetti monster. I don't give a rip. But the truth is this. If something's claiming to be truth, then why is there so many other versions that say something different? Well, throughout time, throughout Catholicism and paganism and the Gnostics and the Christians, when they were first called Christians at Antioch, Paul, Peter, James, John, Matthew, Mark, all these guys that knew Jesus Christ, were eyewitnesses of his glory. They touched him, they felt him, they saw him. They said we have a more sure word of prophecy where you do well to take heed. It's even more sure than seeing God in the flesh. And that's truth, brother. That's truth.
Yeah, that's death metal. That's really rock and roll. Right?
Well, so there's so many versions. There's only two. You got the devil's version and you got God's version. There's only two. When you study this thing out, you'll find out all the way from when they were first called Christians at Antioch in 70 AD, or actually like 45 AD. You'll find out this text that they wrote, the Gospels, all the way through.
Oh, the Book of Enoch. Is that what you said?
Well, the Book of Enoch is Old Testament. That's Gnostic, because what happened was the archaeological finds found Enoch. The Book of Enoch was written in Greek when Greek wasn't even around a world dominance at all. So it's actual heresy text. I mean, the Book of Enoch exists. Don't get me wrong, but it was written in a more archaic form than even Hebrew.
Huh.
I mean, I'm talking about the first generation of Hebrew. I mean, in the King David was.
Well, I find it all interesting as literature. But yeah, listen, we got to continue this conversation at a different time because
I like this phase.
Yeah, man. Well, it's nice. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Yeah, we'll definitely do this again.
When did man pick up a pencil? And you'll find out it was 6,000 years ago.
Yeah, I love those old historical ancient aliens shit. I mean, yeah, just go. I'm all about that like literature sort of stuff. I find it fascinating. But and there's a lot of truth in everything.
If you look at that, you don't have to believe it. You read the Bible; they got giants, they got mythical.
Yeah, I've read the Bible. I've read a lot of holy texts.
All that stuff is today. I mean, you could pretty much study all that out. It doesn't matter if it was the Bible or what you're witnessing today. It's all recorded. If you see something, you record it or tell a friend.
Yeah,
I'm a witness to this. This is what happened. Aliens came out and abducted me.
Well, it's just refreshing to hear somebody who's stern in their convictions, and especially, as much as like there is a lot, there's always truth in the stories we tell ourselves, so or history and shit like that. But yeah, bro, I'll definitely hit you up. I sent you that link to that YouTuber on the Twitter. Sticks. Yeah, that's Sticks. You should he does a lot. He's the one who coined the term legacy media. He does a lot of that interesting, and it's he's a very good news source. Cuts a lot of the bullshit out. He's like a daily uploader. He's been on YouTube for like 12 years, and he holds a lot of the similar ideas I do. But yeah, I definitely got a jet. My girlfriend's getting pissed at me.
All right. I got too. So here, I'm gonna play the outro.
All right, word.
And then we're done, man.
All right, man. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Wow, we've been doing this for 2 hours, but it only feels like we've been here for like 45 minutes. Well,
Oh no, I had a sense that you wanted to go early.
no, I was trying to go because she's been freaking yelling at me.
Oh, you got somebody yelling at you?
Well, yeah, my girlfriend's been wanting me to fucking get going. You know, we're
All
supposed
right,
to be
yeah. Well,
somewhere.
you go back to your girl.
All
Say
right, man.
goodbye to the DigiByte community.
Yeah, peace out, everybody. It's been a pleasure. I'll definitely, hopefully, be back, or I'll host next time or something. We'll figure it out. All right,
Yeah.
man. Sounds
Late.
good, bro.